She stood at the head of the conference table, smug as ever, barking orders like a queen ruling peasants. But the whole time, I couldn't stop smirking, because the only thing I could think about was how my bare ass had been right there the night before, with the very guy she secretly drooled over. If that's not poetic revenge, I don't know what is. If you've ever worked under a boss who abused their power, made your life miserable, and needed a hard lesson in humility, then stick around, because this revenge hits in a place that'll make you grin ear to ear. Smash that like button if karma is your favorite coworker, and don't forget to subscribe for more spine-tingling justice stories like this. I'd been working at this company for years. I knew the people, the systems, the quirks. I was respected. Hell, I was relied on. Then, she arrived. Let's call her Diana. Diana came in swinging. A newly appointed director with something to prove, though it quickly became clear that what she really wanted to prove was that she was better, smarter, and more important than anyone in the building. She had this air about her, like she walked into the room and expected the temperature to drop 5 degrees out of sheer intimidation. And God, did she love hearing herself talk. Within a week, she'd already declared in a meeting, "I'm in this role because I'm smarter than anyone else here." That wasn't confidence, it was pure arrogance, dressed in overpriced heels and a power blazer. At first, I tried to stay out of her path, keep my head down. But Diana wasn't just toxic, she was hands-on in the worst way. She micromanaged everything. Imagine doing a task you've done flawlessly for years, only now, every step had to be approved by her. She'd inject herself into the tiniest processes, dragging things out for hours just so she could flex control. Worse still, she loved wasting my time. She'd walk into my office unannounced, lean against the doorframe like she owned the oxygen in the room, and ask things she already knew. "Where's the Johnson file?" She had the file. She emailed me about it that morning. But still, she'd stand there, waiting, watching, like I was supposed to squirm under her gaze. It was psychological warfare, but petty. She'd withhold crucial information. CC everyone on project updates, except me. Cut me out of meetings I used to run. She even blocked my overtime while others were racking up hours. And the bonuses I used to get? Gone. No explanation. You start questioning your sanity after a while. Is it you? Are you being paranoid? But no, everyone saw it. She had a target, and that target was me. I'll never forget the day that pushed me over the edge. We had a massive deadline. I stayed late, without logging overtime because I knew the drill. Finished everything. Nailed it. The next morning, Diana walked into my office, coffee in hand, and said, "You should have communicated your workload. Staying late without authorization is inefficient." My jaw actually dropped. That night, I went home and stared at the ceiling for hours. And then, I remembered something. There was this delivery guy. Let's call him Jason. Tall, charming, the kind of smile that makes your stomach flip if you're not prepared. We'd been flirting for months. Nothing crazy, just playful banter, shared looks, inside jokes. But recently, I noticed something strange. Diana, Queen Ice herself, had started acting different around him. She'd linger in the lobby when he was expected, toss her hair, comment loudly to the receptionist about how handsome he was. It was almost pathetic, like watching your boss transform into a high schooler with a crush. What she didn't know was that Jason and I were already vibing hard. One day, Jason dropped a box off at my desk and whispered, "She's staring again." I laughed, and that was when the idea hit. If she wanted to play power games, maybe it was time I played my own game. So I turned up the flirting. Not just subtle stuff. I'd lean closer when he came in, laugh a little louder, touch his arm just enough. She noticed. Her glances sharpened. Her tone around me turned even colder. Perfect. And then, I took it one delicious step further. See, I had my own keys to the office. Years of seniority came with perks she hadn't revoked yet. One Friday night, the building was empty. The lights dimmed. And Jason, well, let's just say he got an invite. We didn't waste time. Right there, in the conference room. The very table Diana sat at every Monday morning to give us her passive-aggressive lectures. The one where she adjusted her chair like a throne. Let's just say, that table got a little extra use that weekend. The thrill, indescribable. But it didn't stop there. It became a regular thing. Late-night rendezvous. Same room, same table. And every Monday morning, I'd sit at the edge of my seat, just watching her. Her smug face, her obnoxious critiques. And I'd smile, because I knew exactly where she was sitting, exactly what had happened there. And the cherry on top, she'd stuff her face with whatever snacks the reps brought in, right on that table, completely unaware. There's a kind of revenge that doesn't need fireworks. It doesn't need confrontation or chaos. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is silent. I didn't yell. I didn't call her out. I just watched her unknowingly humiliate herself. Every time she glared at me, thinking she had the upper hand, I smiled. Because behind that smug mask was a woman desperate for attention she'd never get. And behind mine, a woman who'd already won. They say karma always finds a way. But sometimes, you get to be karma's personal assistant. Was it petty? Maybe. Was it professional? Definitely not. But after everything she put me through, it was exactly the closure I needed. If this story gave you chills, or at least a wicked little grin, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the pettiest but most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And hey, subscribe for more stories where the bad guys get exactly what they deserve. Because sometimes, the best revenge is just letting them sit in it.